everyone, welcome back to another vlog. If you're new around here, my name is Stacy. I'm so excited that you guys are here. So I wanted to do another reading vlog this week. I love filming these vlogs. They just make me so happy, and any excuse to get a lot of reading in, and also visiting the bookstore. So we have to make time in this vlog to do that because it's my favorite thing to do. But I figured we could start off the vlog by, of course, doing some reading, but I also want to finish a book that I have been reading and loving since I picked it up, and that is Say You'll Remember Me by ��𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒍𝒚. I am loving this book so much already, the characters, everything about it. ��𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒍𝒚 honestly never disappoints, but this book, I feel like I had been waiting for it forever, and I'm just so excited to almost be done with it, but also sad at the same time. But I figured that we could go plant ourselves somewhere cozy and cute and get ourselves a little matcha and finish reading this book. I'm about 70% done with this book, so I definitely want to finish it while I'm out today, and I figured that we could just do that in a cozy space. So I went ahead and got ready. So I'm just gonna grab my things really quick and then we will head out the door together. Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys really quickly just the 4 books that I am currently reading. They're all on my Kindle right now. I've been really obsessed with my Kindle lately. I'm honestly always obsessed with it, but lately I found myself gravitating more and more towards my Kindle. I just love having this on me. I've been taking it everywhere with me. So I've been mostly doing a lot of my reading through this currently. So the first one is Passion Project by 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒍𝒚. I will put a picture right here of what the cover looks like because I got this book sent over to me as an art copy, and it doesn't have the really pretty like book cover on it, but I really love what the book cover looks like. But so far I'm really enjoying this so much. I didn't think that it would touch so much on the grief that the main character has. So this book basically follows the main character. Her name is Bennett. She has a partner that has since passed away, and she's having like a really tough time dealing with her grief currently. She's just kind of in a bad place where she doesn't have like a lot of happiness in her life. It's hard for her to connect with people around her or even like go out with friends and just kind of build like those new connections with people. I feel like she's struggling in a place right now where she's just very isolated. She likes to spend a lot of time just in her room, just kind of by herself. So I went into this book not really knowing too much about what it was going to be about. I just kind of skimmed through the synopsis. So I wanted to go in somewhat blindly, and I'm so happy that I did because I'm just uncovering things as I'm reading through each chapter. There's moments where I feel like I can really relate to her, in moments where the character just feels very depressed and very isolated from the outside world, and I just feel like that is so relatable in moments where we just kind of like want to rot at home, not get out of bed, and we just don't have the motivation to do even the daily tasks that are asked of us. But so far it's been such a great read. I really am loving the main male character in this so far. His name is Henry. He's just a very kind person, and it's a connection that she's having with him currently. Where I'm at in the story right now, he's basically someone who is a new friend to her, and he's trying to help her find her passion in life again, what it is that she wants to do in her life and what brings her joy, hence the name Passion Project. So he's basically taken it upon himself to kind of hang out with her like once a week and just expose her to new things that she hasn't tried, and just kind of bringing that spark back into her life that she's lost for some time. I've been waiting for this to come out. I had seen it floating around for some time, but so far it's really good. I am about like 30% in, and I feel like I've already absorbed so much from this story, and I can't wait to just continue to read on. It is so good. The other book that I'm currently reading is Definitely Better Now by Ava Robinson. This book, I definitely read the synopsis prior to going into it. It deals with addiction. It honestly is a little emotional at times. I'm taking my time with this one for sure, but I am enjoying it very much. It follows the main female character and her first year into sobriety. So she just celebrated her first year of living a sober life, and we just kind of get a glimpse into what she's been dealing with and the emotions that she feels around this subject and around the hardships that she's had to face while dealing with living a more sober life. I feel that it's so important too to just kind of take that into consideration when reading any kind of story, or even listening to a friend or a family member's just perspective of what it's like dealing with addiction. I think that it's such an important topic that I feel doesn't get discussed enough. I just love hearing and reading these types of stories where you really dive deep into somebody's POV. You can basically get a glimpse into someone's journey. I think that it's so important that that gets talked about because it doesn't nearly enough, and I just have such a soft spot for stories like these. I think they're so impactful. I think that it's so important to shed light and have so much grace as well at the same time with people who struggle so much with anything in their lives, but especially a person who deals with addiction. I think that it is a constant battle and it's a lifelong thing for most people, and I think that we definitely need to show grace. And I just feel like this book is doing such a good job at just kind of letting you in on the inner workings of someone who is kind of deep into their progress with that. I want to say that this is the only book that this author has written. It's been such a great story so far, and I would be really excited to read anything else that this author ends up coming up with. But yeah, definitely check this out if you're interested in that kind of story. I think it's definitely worth a read, and it is so enlightening and reflective, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it so far. Another book that I'm currently reading is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I do realize that I am quite late to starting this book. I feel like everybody has read this book at this point, and I am making my way through all of Emily Henry's books. I believe that this is the last one on her book list that I've needed to read before her new one comes out soon. So I definitely just wanted to finish reading this one before I start that one because I want to get it as soon as it hits the shelves. I will say though, this is definitely not my favorite Emily Henry book, and you guys don't come at me for it because I know some of you might agree. But I feel like I kind of do hear a lot of people say this about this book, so I feel like I'm not alone. But I am really enjoying this book. I will say that. It's such a good read. This book definitely has my attention. I am halfway through this book, so I mean, I am reading this, I'm enjoying everything that I'm reading, but it's not hitting me in the same way that all her other books have hit me so far. I think Funny Story is still at the top of my list. I think that's my favorite one by her so far, and I read that one like a couple months back. I feel like Emily Henry usually does such a great job at giving you background to people's stories and helping you see things from their lens. I only have like 50% more in this book left, and I feel like I can finish it within like the next 2 days. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one and to cross another Emily Henry book off my list. And then the last book on the list is one I've already mentioned, but I'm close to finishing this, but that is Storybook Ending by Maura McDonald. This was another ARC selection that was sent my way. I'm so excited. Honestly, the book cover alone was just what drew me in. It was just so cute. I loved all the colors. The majority of the story takes place inside of a bookstore, so I was just sold based on that premise alone. But I definitely want to talk a little bit about this book like later in this vlog. I kind of just want to tell you guys what it's about, but right now I'm just like reading through it, and it's just so entertaining. I really like it so much. I definitely want to take some time specifically to finish this book while I'm filming this. But once I sit down and just take some time to read this, I can just kind of fill you guys in on what it's about, but I'm excited to talk about it. But those are basically all the books that I'm currently reading right now and really enjoying. I'm so excited to continue to cross books off my list. I believe right now I'm at like 26 or 27 out of 100 for the year on my reading goal. But I think right now I'm going to go ahead and spend a few minutes just on my bed. I really just wanted to relax and get some reading in. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up Definitely Better Now. I really feel like diving back into this story. It is the evening currently, and I just kind of want to have a few minutes of just like relaxing. I'm going to go ahead and just cuddle up in bed, and we could do a little bit of reading together. So I came to the theater because I really wanted to watch a movie today, but I figured I would get here about like 30 minutes early because I really wanted to read my book before I go in, so I brought my Kindle with me. I'm reading like 3 books on my Kindle currently, but there's one that I'm like aiming to finish within like the next day or so, but that is Storybook Ending by Maura McDonald. This book has been really good. This book basically gives you like quite a few POVs, like every chapter is a new POV from a different character. The whole book basically starts off with one of the characters leaving a note inside of one of the books, hoping that the guy that works at the specific bookstore will open it and read it. This guy is basically in charge of going through all the books that are coming into the bookstore, and he just sifts through all of them, so she was hoping that he would find this note in one of the books that she put it in, but that book ended up getting bought by another person. So she basically finds the note once she gets home. So she thinks that this note is intended for her by this guy that works at the bookstore, but in reality it's another girl that left that note. So they keep talking to each other periodically through these notes, and they keep leaving them in different books in the bookstore, and they basically have no idea who is on the other end of these books. Like, they're assuming that it's the intended person, but it's not. It's been really interesting so far. I think I'm about like 40% in right now, but it's so interesting. And in the back of my mind, as I'm reading through every page, I'm just like, I just want them to find out already who the person is that's been writing these notes. I've been enjoying just getting to know like the characters. It's just been really fun kind of following that along, and it's like the frustration that I feel. I'm just like, I just want you guys to know already. But I have about like 30 minutes until my movie starts, so I figured that I can just do a little bit of reading. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this within like the next day or two. But yeah, so let's get some reading done. Okay, so my partner surprised me with a gift card to the bookstore, so naturally we ran as fast as we could. Also, perfect timing because today Emily Henry's new book just hit the shelf, so I am so stoked to pick this up. I cannot wait to see what the hardcover looks like. I am just so stoked. So let's go inside, treat ourselves to this book. I am so excited. These are some books that I've gotten in the mail recently, like within the last month, and I haven't had a chance to just kind of sit down and show them to you guys. Some of these I have not heard of before, and then some are familiar to me. But yeah, I have 7 here. Some of these are ARC selections, so they haven't hit the shelves yet, but I believe 2 of these have already. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly go through them. There's quite a few, so let's just get into it. So the first one is called The Unworthy. I really love this book cover so much. I don't know. It's very dark, and I know that it deals with like religion or like a convent, but yeah, this cover honestly just sold me when I saw it. And then this is the back. It recently hit the shelves, I want to say like a month ago, so I haven't dived into it yet. They sent it to me a little bit late. So by then it had already hit the shelves, but I definitely want to tackle this one next because it is kind of a short read. It's not lengthy at all, so I feel like I can get through this pretty quickly. It's also by an author that I haven't read from yet. I know that she has another book called Tender is the Flesh, and this book's been on my TBR for quite some time, but I just haven't dived into it yet. But I'm very excited to read this one. I've heard really good things about it. When they sent it to me in the mail, it came in this really cool box. I'm just covering my address on here, but yeah, it came in this really cool box, and I just thought it was so cool. They really went all out with this one. I was so excited when I opened this, but I wanted to show you guys really quickly because it came with a couple of goodies and I was just so stoked about it. Apart from the book that was in there, it came with 2 sets of matches. They say, "Are you unworthy?" And then on the back, it just says the name of the book and just the little image right there. I love me a good box of matches, to be honest, and I love that it came with 2. But yeah, pretty cute. I was like just really excited to receive these. I don't know why. But yeah, catch me lighting all of my candles with this. I feel like lighting things with matches is just like such a lost art, to be honest. I don't know. Is that weird? Probably. I don't know if it makes me weird too, but like I love the smell of like when you put a match out and it's just like that smoky scent. I don't know, guys. And then apart from that, they also sent me, I have it inside the book, but they sent me a bookmark, which is so cool too. It's just literally just has the same design from the book and it just has like the name of the book and the author, but I thought it was just a really cool bookmark, so I'm obviously going to be using that while I'm reading. And then the thing that I was like most excited about this package is that they sent me a pen and a little notebook. I thought that was so cool. Also, you guys, I do therapy sessions and I just thought it was the funniest thing because the front says "my unworthy thoughts," and I'm just like, I'm totally gonna use this for when I have thoughts running through my mind to talk about in therapy. So I thought that was like really cool. And then they just included just a regular little pen. But yeah, this notebook, I haven't written in it yet, but it's just the cutest little thing. I love this. And I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with the fact that it says "my unworthy thoughts" on there. But this definitely could be useful for my therapy, and I don't know why, I just thought it was like the funniest thing. But yeah, that's basically what came in the package. So I'm really looking forward to diving into that book and obviously sharing my thoughts. I have a couple of friends that have already dived into it and they really enjoyed it. So I'm really excited to kind of give my review on it. But yes, the next book on the pile is one that's been on my TBR for a while, so I know that it's already been out for some time, but it was included in last month's list of different books, and I just decided to pick this one. Oh, I'm just realizing that it has like pictures inside. It has like little pictures in like the center of the book. It's kind of cool. But it's called Witchcraft by Marian Gibson. It looks like this. I feel like even though this book has been on the shelves for a while, I constantly see it like all over my Instagram. I'm assuming that it's a good read for that reason, but I definitely see this cover just floating around an insane amount. Also, the whole witchy vibes, I'm here for it. And I'm just excited to dive into stories that are just like a little bit more dark this season. I feel like I've been reading a lot of romance lately, coming from somebody who was never like a romance girly before like this past year. So we dove in headfirst into the romance genre and never looked back basically. But thrillers and horrors and anything pertaining to this genre right here just have my heart 100%. So I'm very excited to have some books in this pile that just kind of cater to that interest of mine. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to dive into this one as well. The next one on the list is called Happiness and Love by 𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒓𝒐. I want to say that that's how you pronounce it. This book is one of the ones that hasn't hit the shops yet. It says right in the front that it goes on sale on September 2nd. So still a bit of time until it releases. I'm definitely going to be diving into this one pretty soon. It's also just like a very short read. I also get so excited by like the shape of a book. Like this one is so tiny and so cute, and I don't know, I just love the shape of it for some reason. I don't know. It just really excites me when I can just like fit a decently like tiny little book into my bag and just kind of take it around with me everywhere. So I just love the size of this so much. But I did read the synopsis to this one and it sounds really interesting. So she's having to basically go to this dinner where she despises like all the people there. She kind of like has a different life now. She's kind of moved on from this group of friends and she wants nothing to do with them. But because of a death in their friend group, she now has to endure like a dinner with these people. So yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be pretty chaotic, and I'm really interested in it. I also really love the cover to this so much. I really like it a lot. But yeah, this one will be definitely on my currently reading list pretty soon, like probably within the next couple of days or a week or so. I really want to get through this. I also really love receiving ARC copies because it always includes like a little section down here where it says that it's an advanced readers edition. I just love that that's on there. I also love that it's not a sticker, that it was just like included on there during like the printing process. So I just love the little detail of that in some of the books that get sent my way. But yes, this releases September 2nd, and I can't wait to share more thoughts on this one. Okay, we are halfway done. We have 3 more on the list, but the next one is called Lie With Me by 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂💂. It looks like this. So this book, I read somewhere that it was compared to Call Me By Your Name, which is a Timothée Chalamet movie, which I ended up really loving a lot. So it's supposed to be pretty similar to that, like a hidden love. And I also really love the fact that this is like a queer story. I love getting my hands on anything that's like queer related. I just eat that up. But it also says on the cover that it's translated by Molly Ringwald, and it has like her picture in the back as well, so I thought that was pretty cool to see. I have definitely been on the hunt for more like queer stories lately, and I've added a couple to my TBR list, so I'm very excited to add this one to that list as well. But yeah, I'm very excited about this one as well. I'm excited about all of them. This one on the list is called Dogs by C. Malin. This is another ARC selection. It has the same little detail on the front. It says that it'll be releasing on August 12th, so I have not read what this one is about. Some of these I've just been kind of finding joy lately and just kind of going into books blind. I normally love to read like the synopsis of everything and just kind of know what to expect, but especially with books that get sent in the mail to me, especially from Scribner, I really try my best to just kind of like not read up on it and just kind of be surprised and stuff, because most of the time I find stories from Scribner that are just so amazing and hit in such a way where I'm so happy that I go in blindly. So that's the case with a lot of these. I don't want to read into it too much. Also, the colors on this cover are just so good. I love all of these colors so much. But yes, we'll update on this one whenever I get to it. And now the last book on the list. This one is not from Scribner. I actually won this book in a giveaway, which I was so surprised about. I saw them post a giveaway on the Dial Press, but it's called Alive Day, and it looks like this. I love all the details on there and all the colors. I was so stoked to receive this though. Depending on like the publisher, I know that all of their ARC selections just kind of look different like on the covers. And like I was mentioning on Scribner's, they usually come with like a little detail in the front that just says Advanced Readers Edition or Advanced Readers Copy, and it'll have a date like when it's going to be released. But with the Dial Press, they all kind of look like this, where it just has like a white border all around, and then it'll say on the bottom Advanced Uncorrected Proof like right here on the border, and then it also just has like the date that it releases. So I just love the way the Dial Press does like their ARC selections. It just looks so cool, just kind of like a drafted version of like the original is gonna look like, which obviously will have the same cover, but it won't have like the white border around and like all the details in the back. I don't know guys, just something about having an unreleased copy of something and it just looking like so unfinished just makes me so happy to have these in my collection. It's just such a good memory to like be able to look back on. But that is basically all of them. There were 7. I'm just super stoked to be able to dive into stories from authors that I haven't read from yet, ones that I haven't heard of, or ones that I've just been kind of wanting to read from for a while. So I'm very excited with the selection of these and to dive into some of these pretty soon here. But yes, I wanted to go ahead and just end the vlog here because I feel like I've done nothing but yap your ear off in this entire video. And I'm honestly just getting kind of sick of myself, I'm not gonna lie. But yes, if you made it this far, thank you guys so much. I feel like I don't always do like proper outro, so I never know what to say. But if you stuck around for this long to hear me yap, you are a real one, because I get sick of myself and I can only imagine what it does to you guys. So thank you so much for sticking around. But yes, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry as always for yapping your ear off, but sometimes we just have to have a good yap sesh. I just feel like I'm talking to like my best friends on the other side of the screen. So thank you so much for hearing me yap. You guys are just like my friends, so I really appreciate you separating your time to watch my silly little videos. It really doesn't go unnoticed every time you guys kind of reach out and just say a quick hello. It just makes me so happy, and I'm so appreciative of you guys. I am so excited to have you guys in this space. I hope that you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already. I talk about books a lot, and that's a majority of what my videos are usually. But if that's your cup of tea, I would love to have you in the space and to have you stick around. But yes, as always, thank you guys so much. I hope that you're having a good season in your life right now. But yes, I hope you have a good day, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!